Hi, Adi here from stresslessoilmore.com, and I am so excited to be with Joanne Questad again. Hi, Joanne.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being with me today. I love you so much. And as we talked about last week, we talked a little bit about turmeric. And what you shared with me, I was just so impressed. And I said, people need to hear what you have to say about turmeric and what it did for you. And we're not just talking about any turmeric, but we're talking about a turmeric dual capsule from doTERRA. So yeah, go ahead and share. I'm just so excited. And for anybody who is listening, I know that you will benefit greatly from this. And then I'll share what that does for me at the end too. So yes, Joanne, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi again for those who have seen my previous interview with Addie and may have some background about me. I'm just really excited that this subject came up when Addie just out of the blue asked how I was doing, and I told her about a story and she found it interesting and thought that I should share it. And I was first thinking, I've been wanting to share, and I only thought about sharing with people that I know has same similar issue with the health issue that I was dealing with, and that was being helped by this turmeric dual chamber capsule. So let me give you a little background about my health condition. I was given the knowledge that I had hepatitis B, what they call at the time, as a carrier, that I had that virus in my system when I was in my 20s. I was actually pregnant with my first baby. And the doctor, who apparently it was rare for the doctor to be screening for hepatitis B at the time. And he screened it and said that I have the virus in my system, but it's not active. And so at the time they call it as a carrier, and basically said there's nothing to be done because it's not active, but just make sure you mention it to your doctors wherever you go, and at least they know about it. So I did that throughout my life, and no one really ever become alarmed from it or felt like they need to do anything about it until I hit my 50. At that time everything was going wrong, and so I was going to naturopathic doctors, and there's many things was discovered, my hormone imbalance and among many other things. And also, but at age 50, most people know that it's the time that the doctor recommend that you do colonoscopy. And so I did my thing, just to have it checked. Everybody know how uncomfortable that thing is, at least just preparing for it. And the doctor that is referred to for my colonoscopy happened to be also an expert on the hepatitis B or hepatitis in general. So she, being Asian herself, and she was a public speaker about this hepatitis all over the country, was pretty confident that it was necessary I do the screening again. In fact, she knew the doctor that did the screening. It was kind of her mentor at the time. And so I did, and she came back and said that I have extremely high viral load. It obviously scared me because I have it always in the back of my mind, because throughout the time, due to many obligation, I felt tired a lot, but I always wonder if something about hepatitis was causing it. But like I said, none of my doctors ever done anything with it. And so now I'm here at 50, got the test done. The doctor was self-proclaimed expert and immediately said that I need to be on medication. And I did. But at the same time, I also was seeing naturopathic doctor. And my naturopathic doctor was looking at my whole well-being about everything, my bone density, among other things. And she noticed that my bone density was continually getting worse. And she started checking into the medication that I was taking. And that particular medication says there are side effects that would take away my bone density. And, it's one of those things, people take medication and knowing their side effects, but it's about, you either, it's like, what do you call it? The lesser of two evil, perhaps. That's how we might think of it. So do you want to be tired all the time? Or do you want to have a strong bone or lesser bone, whatever? But I think it's a risk that I could fracture my bones and all that. So that could be a big problem too. So at that point, my naturopathic doctor was challenging this situation and said, isn't there other medication that you can take that you don't have to take this? This is affecting something that I really don't want it to be. So I challenged my doctor. My doctor was very reluctant to do anything about it, felt that was the most important thing in her field, so I needed to stay with it. But my naturopathic doctor took it upon herself to find another expert in this field. And I went there for a second opinion. Went there and we did all the tests. And they have decided that my liver really isn't in any condition that is not suitable to try not taking the medication. They are willing to say, let's not take the medication for 3 months and see what happens. So I did that, but I also have maintained my appointment, the regular checkup every 6 months with my the experts in hepatitis. And when she saw me that following time, which was probably 2 weeks into not taking any medication, she flipped, got really upset with me and said, you should never stop this medication and you need it. And she immediately took the blood test, and said, man, your viral load is back, very high. We got to get back on the medication. So I did. And it just never really sat well with me. And I kept taking it. And eventually she retired without really knowing. In fact, I kept taking it until about a month or 2 months before she actually retired. And before she retired, I did tell her that I had stopped taking medication again because of a lot of things that you guys know, I use essential oils, and I've been educated with what essential oil can help me, and I'm trying to avoid taking things that has the side effects. So I just took it upon myself and stopped taking the medication. And at the same time, I'm always taking supplements and essential oils. And when she retired, I was forced to get another expert to continue to, monitor my liver. And I did find that new doctor and told her about that I'm not taking any medication, and just want her to do her thing and see how my hepatitis is going. And that was back. So the expert, self-proclaimed expert, was retired in 2019 December, basically the end of the 2019. I saw the new doctor in April of 2020. And she did the test, just like all of them do. And there's certain viral load, which I was not surprised because there is, I know, but it was just a matter of how much. And she looked at the number and said, yeah, there's viral load and it's not really that bad, but we'll see how, we'll check in like 3 months and see how it is from this point. So the number at the time, it was about 11,000, they call it with the units. It's a hepatitis B DNA number that they measure. And in July, when I had it done again, it dropped from 11,649 to 9,725. That's a big drop. I mean, the fact it dropped at all was like, what happened? I mean, I didn't, because according to my self-proclaimed expert doctor, it copies, the virus copy itself and it will go out of control. And so there's something suppressing that. And I did it again just this year, January, and the number went down to even lower. It's not as significant, but it's still lower. It went, July was 9,725, and in January was 9,302. So the trend is going down continuously. So, and before even January, I was confident that something I was doing with essential oil was helping me. And the doctor has also written a statement saying, if the number isn't over 20,000, then she's not going to give me medication. She says it's going to be there. And not only it has never been that high, at least since I stopped taking medication, it's slowing down. And so when I talked to Addie, I was telling her, I know for sure what made that difference. It was the turmeric dual chamber capsule, this one here that I take, because I happen to be reading an article about it. And it talked about many benefits that turmeric actually helps the hepatitis, reducing the viral load. It is the very first time I ever heard or seen any article saying anything can help other than medication. And I was like, I can't believe it. So this turmeric capsule is, doTERRA actually came out with the turmeric oils before the capsule came out. And it's a capsule that consists of the oil and the extract powder from the turmeric plants. And
it's a newer technology that was used, right? Can you show the capsule one more time? It just looks absolutely so cool. Maybe a little bit closer to the camera.
Golden. So you can see the oil and the powder, they are separated and it's within a chamber, this chamber. And it took doTERRA like 3 years to develop this. They knew that this having the extract and the oil together will increase the maximum availability of what this turmeric benefit was supposed to give. But until recently, you can get all the powders out there or capsule, whatever they come up with, and it's never with oil together. You're not getting the availability, the bioavailability. So it's unfortunate that it is difficult to absorb all that you can. But doTERRA managed it, and it's definitely helping me. I know it. So if before I was like just trying it because I heard all kinds of benefit, anti-inflammatory, inflammation, and who knows what else that's out there that I'm not even really keep track, because to me this is my replacement of medication, and I become very diligent in making sure I never run out of it. I take it every morning and every night, 2 capsules per day, and it's producing the results that it's staying away from medication. Who knows what other side effects that's there? We don't even know, but definitely my bone. I just recently done my DEX scan, and it's the best that I ever had done. It's not going the wrong
Wow.
direction. So it's like, hallelujah. I'm so grateful for the diligence that the doTERRA founders are in, keep researching for what's available for our health. And,
Mhm.
so thankful. It's beautiful. I love it. It's
Wow.
a story.
Wow. That's so, so wonderful. So wonderful. And who knew? I mean, I didn't know that it helps with hepatitis.
Mhm.
But there's so much that we don't know about
Correct.
these essential oils.
Okay.
And the main thing that we know about turmeric is that it helps with a healthy inflammatory response in
Hmm.
general. And
Hmm.
that's why I take it as well. And I noticed that I have even more energy
Hmm.
with that capsule. And for you, it helped you with that decrease that viral load.
Yeah.
So what are your current numbers? When was the last time you
So
checked it?
my last number was in January 21st and of this year, and it was 9,302. It
Okay.
started out in April last year, was 11,649. And also I should say the rates of copies also decrease. So it's like I'm tracking those two numbers. So the number is decreasing. The copy was like 39,000. Like it does do duplicates, and it dropped down to 33 in July, and then down to 31 in January this year. So everything is dropping in the.
That's amazing.
I
Yeah.
know.
And you're not losing bone loss. I mean, you don't
I
have any.
know, I know. I was thinking, okay, I'm stuck there anyway. At least I don't get to a place where it's gonna fracture or whatever. But it's going the right direction. I'm improving. I was just like, wow, all this extra bonus that I didn't even expect.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks so much for sharing this. So for any people who are listening, how can they contact you to ask you more questions about this turmeric capsule or any other experiences that you've had with essential oils? Want
Yeah,
to
feel
share?
free to give me a call at my phone number is 206-380-7275. And my email address, if you like to do that, is Joann, Joann dot Questad, Questad @gmail.com. Love to hear from you guys if you are struggling with it. I know the Asian community, especially um, myself coming from Taiwan, a lot of family members have it. My sister and my cousin has it too. Um, and I don't know if they all know they have it. That sometimes people just deal with tiredness and all that, and just some people just don't go see doctor to even know what they got. So, but if you ever suspicious of what you might have and have it checked out, don't run into medication uh, as the first solution, because not just because the doctors say so. We tend to do that. I'm very grateful my naturopathic doctor challenged that, because she didn't like me to compromise. for, to give up something just for something else. So,
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you again. And we hope we can talk about something else another time.
yeah, look forward to it. Thank you so much for this
Yes,
opportunity to
you're
share.
welcome.
Okay.
Thanks. Have a great day. Have
You
a great day,
too.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.